How's it going, guys? It is Jay the Closer here. This is my first YouTube channel, first episode, wholesaling real estate, everything to do with real estate, money, finances. Let's get it going. All right, so first topic is wholesaling real estate. All right, some of you guys may have heard the term before. Usually in the States, I'm here in Canada, it's not as common, but it is still known to a lot of real estate investors, agents, and people who are in the real estate field. So, wholesaling is a low risk, high return, low investment, high return investment strategy that you can start today with as little as $500. Okay, $500, you can make 5-figure checks wholesaling real estate. All right, this is how I started my wholesaling career. I want to show you guys how I did it and how to start making money right now in real estate with as little as 500 bucks. All right, so what is wholesaling real estate? All right, wholesaling real estate is selling a contract for a house you got for a discounted price to an investor willing to pay more. So now you're thinking, how can I sell a house that I don't own? Okay, so now, good question. That's where the contract comes in. If you, the wholesaler, go to a homeowner who's looking to sell their house and you get that house under contract for, let's say, $100,000 to keep it even, okay? You get it for $100,000. You now have equitable interest in that property because you have it under contract, okay? Now, when you have this piece of paper, okay, just like this, a random piece of paper with a contract stating that you are gonna buy homeowner, let's say Jim's house for 100K. You now use this paper, okay, because you have equitable rights, and assign your rights to somebody else for a fee. Okay, so let's say you get that property for $100,000, you sell it to your investor for 120. You get to keep that 20 in the middle. Okay, so how that whole transaction happens is they fund the deal, okay? So all the money gets transferred into that lawyer. That lawyer then gives their homeowner the 100K that you guys agreed on, and then your 20K gets transferred by either the seller or the buyer's lawyer. However, depending on where you are in Canada or the States, how that happens. Either through a lawyer or a title company, okay? So you get $20,000 for selling a piece of paper, right? Not the house, but the contract to the house. So what does that tell you? The contract is gold. Okay, this is how you make money in real estate with little to no money. The only thing you need to do is find a deal and get that contract. If you get it for a good enough price, that piece of paper will allow you to leverage and make 5 figures, okay? So an average wholesale deal could be anywhere from 5,000 up to 50,000 fees is what we've got, okay? So this whole process, let me break it down. In Ontario, we use agreement of purchase and sales, okay? So that is the contract that you enter in between you, the buyer, and the seller, which is the homeowner, okay? Once you have that agreement, you then bring that agreement to your investor who's willing to pay more for the price that you got it for, and you guys enter into an assignment agreement. So that is a contract basically giving you the rights to assign your rights to that agreement to the investor, okay? So now, this assignment agreement, you may be wondering, what is an assignment, okay? So we are doing assignments every single day and we don't even know, okay? So for example, a car lease. You go lease a car, okay? Let's say your payments are $300 a month. You have a contract to pay $300 a month for your lease. Let's say it's a Lexus IS. Okay, you're tired of your Lexus. You want to go buy a Benz, okay? You're in a contract for 2 more years with that lease. What do? You assign your rights to somebody else, which is called a lease takeover, right? So same thing with an apartment lease, okay? Let's say you move to China for work. You work for 2 months. Let's say you get fired. Hopefully you don't get fired, but let's say you got fired, okay? You got to move back to wherever you come from, the States, Canada, Europe, Australia. But you're locked into a lease for a year. You're only 2 months in, right? If you break the lease, you're going to have penalties. You find someone else who's looking for the apartment. Maybe you assign it for more, you make some money every month, or you just get it for the same price so you can just get out. So you assign your rights to somebody else. So that's the same in real estate. However, you can assign your rights to contracts and make cash, okay? Cold, hard cash for assigning your rights. Okay, so you're looking for these types of houses. And now you're wondering, okay, so how How am I gonna get this house and sell it to somebody else? What if that person bails on me? Okay, that was my number one concern when I started. What if the person bails on me? Okay, so you do certain things and have certain things in your contract that protect you. First thing, the number one thing is an assignment clause. Okay, you have the right to assign that agreement. So in your agreement of purchase and sale, you have your assignment clause. You make sure that's in there. Some lawyers or people may say you don't have to, but in the event, and this happened before, where on closing they realize they're making 40, 50, 60K on their house, and they don't want to close that deal anymore because they realize they're making too much money. They didn't know you were going to sell that house. That assignment clause is going to save your life, okay, and potentially save you 30, 40, 50, 60K, okay? So the next thing you need to is you need to make it conditional for one reason. Because we are doing cash offers traditionally while we're getting these houses for so cheap, we're not going to have the conditional based on financing because we want it to be firm. We can either use the appraisal or the inspection. I personally like the inspection because no matter what, it seems more secure, and it lets them know that I'm serious and I don't want to waste my money if there is some type of structural issues. And I do let them know I'm only looking for structural. So as we are buying these houses as is, it doesn't matter if there's cracks or leaks. We know that, right? We just want to make sure it's structurally sound, but really we want to make sure that we're able to sell this house. Okay, so we'll make it conditional. Well, I make it conditional for 7 days. Okay, if I can't get this house sold in 7 days, it's not a deal. Okay, so conditional for 7 days. In that 7 days, I have the rights to this agreement. But if I don't find somebody or the inspection doesn't go well, I release and I lose no money. My deposit gets returned back to me if I put down one. Okay, so in that 7 days, I find an investor. I then bring that investor to the property, say he's my associate or my contractor to look at the property. If he's interested, the same way I put a cash offer, he has to put a cash offer guaranteed with a deposit. I usually like to put their deposit with my exact fee. So if my fee is $10,000, I want $10,000 in my lawyer's trust account. If I'm going to use a lawyer or a title company, whatever, wherever you're using. So I guarantee my fee no matter what, okay? Or sometimes I do double. So in case they default, the homeowner gets their $5,000. If I made a $5,000 deposit with them, then I do $10,000, so I get my $5,000 in case they default, okay? So either way, usually with new investors, I do the second one. With investors I've dealt with before, I use the first one, okay? So now, you get into an assignment agreement, okay? That's a cash deal. So the moment you put down an assignment agreement, the deposit has to be put down by the investor. So once that is put down by the investor, a next agreement that's not written over here has to get put down there. This is very, very, very important, okay? Not the best. Waiver, okay? A waiver. So what a waiver is waiving your rights to that clause you put in for the inspection, right? So you waive the right and say that the inspection has been fulfilled. Because you now have the assignment agreement signed, the deposit there, ready to go, ready to close. Okay, so that is what wholesaling real estate is. Now, let's flip the page and go to the next topic here. How much capital needed to start? Okay, how much capital do you need to start wholesaling houses today? Okay, so I recommend personally, if you are looking to do this as a business and either a side hustle or a new business, a side business, whatever you want to do, $1,000. Okay, however, if you don't have $1,000, don't worry. I say the minimum for an effective campaign to actually do some damage and actually get some calls, get some leads coming in, $500. Okay, so now you're thinking, if I have $1,000 or $500, how do I really get started? What are the things I have to do? Okay, how do I find the houses? AKA the marketing. Getting the deals, which is gold. Getting the deals is gold. Get the deals, you got everything, all right? So, cheap ways, bandit signs. You may have heard of these. Signs you see on posts, telephone posts, hydro posts, stop signs, okay? We buy houses cash. You see them all the time, okay? Bandit signs, very effective, very cheap. You can do them yourself or pay somebody to do them. I usually charge, or I usually pay $1 to $1.50 per sign if they have to put the straps in too, okay? Next one, very cheap, door knocking, okay? It is gonna cost you gas, or if you have to have somebody to help you, you are gonna have to pay them to maybe help you, or maybe you get your mom or dad or your girlfriend if they really support your hustle and they're gonna hold you down, right? So door knocking, very effective. It is time consuming and it is long, and you have to be able to accept rejection because you are gonna get a lot of no's, but it is cheap, okay? door knock a few houses, see what people are saying. Hey, you want to sell their house? Maybe not now. You write down. You want to write down everything. You want to write down if they want to sell their house down the road, if their house has a lot of issues but they're not looking to sell right now. You want to note that down just in case you want to search it up after. You also want to note down if they are looking to sell, right? You want to set up a follow-up appointment to go to their house with a contractor or somebody to get probably a good price you want to give them, or see when they're looking to close, or kind of what their motivation is. And that's the main thing, is you want to know people's motivation. Okay, so that's what you're going to get when you door knock. Next is driving for dollars. You may have heard this if you've watched other wholesaling for real estate, wholesaling real estate videos. Driving for dollars is essentially getting in your car or having somebody drive you, like I said before, and you're driving through neighborhoods and you're writing down the houses that look like they are in bad condition and they need some TLC value. So you can get a turnkey property if you have an investor who does Airbnb, which is something that we do. We're going to talk about on some of our other channels, some of our other episodes. But you have somebody who likes buying holds, right? They just like holding on to properties for years and cash flowing them, right? So those guys are still going to want a discount, but they don't have to necessarily be a value add, which is what flippers want. Okay. The next one is free classified ads. Okay. So classified ads in here in Canada, we're using Kijiji. We have Craigslist. Before we had Let Go, but I guess the States bought it out and that canceled. But use those free classifieds and post ads every day. We buy houses cash. Put your phone number in there. If you got a website, put your website, your email in there. You want at least 3 points of contact. So some people want a phone, some people want a text, some people want an email, right? Some people just can reply to the ad, right? So you want to have those things in there. You may have to pay depending on where you're posting, maybe 20 bucks, right? So bandit signs, on average, few $100. Door knocking, it may cost you $50 to $100 in gas. Okay, driving for dollars, with door knocking, driving for dollars, same thing. And then classified ads, you may have to pay anywhere from $10 to $20, but you can probably get some free ones if you post them in the right categories. Okay, another one that I did not include here, but it is a little bit more cost effective unless you could do it. It is a little bit more pricey, not cost effective, unless you can find a way to make it cheaper, is mailers. You probably got them in your house or your apartment building. We buy your house cash on a little flyer, right? Handwritten flyer. If you use Canada Post, like here, we're in Canada, or use USPC mail, if you're in the States, USPS, you're gonna pay a lot of money, right? If you can find a kid on your street that does the newspapers, say, hey, throw one of these in every mailbox that you put in it at, you could probably find a cheap way. So those are the things that I would say to start off with when you're first starting wholesaling real estate. Next one, what are the skills you need to start? Okay, so my mentor, Stefan Arnio, RIP, he passed away last year. One of the most inspirational guys and one of the guys who showed me the ropes from my hometown, Winnipeg, showed me you have to master 2 of the 3 things, which are negotiation, marketing, and networking. Okay, so you must be good at 2 of the 3. So if you're a good negotiator, you're able to go into a new property or go into a store and negotiate a good deal. 1 or 2, you're good. Let's say you're kind of scared of networking. You're not good at just talking to a bunch of people and being in crowds full of people. That makes you kind of irky. If you're good at marketing, you're good to go. You're good at making ads. You're good at graphics, maybe. You're good at wording, copywriting. Those things are gonna, if you're good at 2 or 3 of those things, buddy, you're gonna kill it, okay? Mandatory. Then additional skills that you need to kind of strengthen your wholesaling skills, and that's gonna allow you to get deals. The number one thing is getting the contract signed. Okay, getting the agreement of purchase sale signed, getting the assignment agreement signed. You need to get those things signed. You need signed documents and you need money in hand, okay, to get things done. Communication skills. If you do not have communication skills, you will not get any deal signed. Okay, no deals done, no deal signed. You won't even, people will probably kick you out of their house. If you're in their house and you're timid and shy, okay, they're not gonna wanna work with you, okay? If you're in their house and you're comfortable and you're talking and you're laughing, that's what people want, okay? Next thing, patience. These deals take time. You may follow up with people. You may knock on the door a few times. You may send them a few flyers. You may put banner signs up in their neighborhood a few times. You have to be patient, okay? You can work 8 hours in a day. There's a max that you can make. Wholesaling, you can work a few hours. And those follow-ups may be uncomfortable at first, and you can get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50K for just being patient, okay? So patience is a key. That's why I have it in caps. People skills, okay? The number one thing I learned in business, and I have 8 companies now, is people do business with who they like, okay? Okay? People do business with who they like. Let me say that one more time. People do business with who they like. Okay? I've had people who give me less quotes than someone who's charged me more, but I like that person. Okay? More relatable. Okay? Better communication skills. Makes me feel more comfortable doing business with them. So that's what people want. Okay? You have to be that likable person. So another key one is versatility. You have to be versatile. Okay? So you may walk into someone's house, they're timid. Okay, you want to match their energy. You don't want to be super loud. That's going to scare them. Some of them may be loud and they have big personalities. You want to match that. You don't want to seem weird when you're just kind of timid. They're like, who is this guy, right? So you want to kind of match people's energies and be versatile. You kind of want to see what people like in your neighborhood and be well versed on those things, right? So if you're in Toronto, like where we are, you want to know about the Leafs, the Raptors, okay, TFC, sports, number one. You want to know about the local, anything that's local, the local summer festivals are coming up, things you can talk about that are relatable. You want to have those things. Okay, so that's basically how much capital you need to start, skills you need, and then what you need to start. Okay, so these are the important things you need to start. However, they're not in order. Okay, so you need a real estate lawyer or a title company depending on where you are in the world. Okay, not only do you need those, you need real estate lawyers or title companies who are investor and wholesaler friendly. They know what you're doing. Okay, there's some lawyers that will not touch wholesale deals or assignments because they don't understand them. They understand assigning a new build. They don't understand assigning a house that's already been lived in and old, right? So next thing, you want a marketing plan, okay? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You need a marketing plan, all right? Don't have to explain that. Marketing is marketing. If you want deals, you got to get good at marketing. Then, investors, all right? You don't need investors at first. Find a deal first, but you're going to need investors. You not only want investors, you want real investors, okay? You want people who actually have cash. Not other wholesalers that are going to wholesale deals with you and take your fee and pretend that they're going to buy the house when they're not. You can work with those guys, but you want cold-hearted investors, okay? With cash. Now, these are additional things. A contractor. Now, a contractor is going to help you assess renovation costs. So that can then tell you what you can offer to the homeowner. So you want a contractor, or at least talk to a contractor prior to going to houses. Next is a real estate agent. She or he may help you with assisting with comps. What have houses sold for in the area? So you kind of know what's going on in your local area and what houses are already selling for, how fast they're selling it. Is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? Can you lowball? Do you have to offer a little bit more? Those are the things that a real estate agent is going to show you. Then the key thing is why it's underlined 3 times, okay? 3 times. The deal. You need to get a deal. You can find all these things after, which is what I did. I found all these things after, but I found the deal first. I found the deal, I was shitting bricks. I had 7 days, but I found these things after, okay? And I'll tell you in order what I did. First, after I found a deal, first thing, because you're on 7 days, you got to find an investor. You can find everything else after. Find an investor, okay? Then, well, I had a marketing plan before anything to find me the deal, which is key. Found the investor, okay? Got the deal under contract. Now it's under contract, you want legal representation. My first investor told me, which is right in Ontario, the buyer's attorney or lawyer can pay out the wholesaler's assignment fee. I didn't trust it. I was looking for a lawyer. They told me to get a lawyer, my mentors, so I got a lawyer, okay? Then I found a lawyer. Then, because I already knew some things about renovations because I had a construction company, I didn't need a contractor, okay? I found an agent though, okay? I found a family friend. I asked my mom, my cousins, is there a real estate agent in the family? One of my mom's husband's cousins, brothers, uncles, dog, whatever, was an agent, okay? Then she helped me, give me the comps to make a right offer so I can get the deal. Then I found the lawyer. Funny enough, when I was doing co-op back in high school, I worked with a real estate lawyer and I was doing amendments all day and I had no clue what I was doing. I wanted to be a criminal lawyer, but there was no more placement. So I was in a real estate law firm in Mississauga, Ontario, and good law firm, and I was working with them. I didn't know what was going on. Second day after I got the deal under contract, I realized that I worked with the real estate. I called them, have they done assignments? They're a little bit familiar, got them. They actually did it for me for free because I used to work for them, but the fee is only about $400 in Ontario, right? So $400 to make sure you get your money, do it, find a real estate lawyer, okay? So, but like I said, the most important thing is getting a deal. You want to find a deal. You want to find the deal. The deal is the number one thing, okay? Without the deal, you don't have anything, okay? You obviously want these other things to assist you, but unless you find that deal, okay, nothing's gonna happen. So if you got a door knock, if you gotta put out bandit signs, if you gotta post ads every single day on your lunch break, if you're working a 9 to 5 right now, you want some money, you want a way out, you want to be able to get in real estate, you see people making money on HGTV, you see your local flipper flipping the house next door to you, you want to get involved in real estate, $500, let's get it done, find yourself a deal, okay? Okay, so guys, we are doing the house breakdown. We're gonna show you an example of a live real estate deal, a live wholesale deal that we did in the last week. Okay, so we got a property, $350,000, okay? That is in the GTA here. I know it sounds low if you are from Toronto area, but we are on the city that's in the outskirts. Okay, so we could have flipped it ourselves because now we are in the flipping business. We flip a lot of houses. However, we have a lot of properties on the go. That's the perfect thing about wholesaling. Even if you are flipping, you can still wholesale the deal if your marketing allows you to get a deal. So we sold it to one of my buddies, one of my JV guys. He needed some deals. We sold it to him for $370. So what does that mean? We got 20K, all right? Put it down, 20K difference between that, 20K. So we got $20,000. His rental budget, roughly, this is my rental budget for the property that I did. Roughly $80,000 to $100,000, depending on the type of finishes you want to do. Okay, now the ARV, all right? We are gonna talk about the ARV after, but ARV stands for after repair value. Okay, so this is where your agent comes in, where they can show you the comps, what the property is gonna sell for after repairs, after you put in 80, 100K. All right, so you got ARV 50, 550 to 575, of course, again, depending on the finishes. If you put 80, roughly 550, you put 100, roughly 575. So let's keep it consistent roughly with the 100K. So after you bought it for 370, put in roughly 180 to 100, you'll probably make 100 to 80, 100 gross, 100,000 gross profits, $80,000 net. So that's 80K cash off of that flip. Okay, so I made 20. Okay, and when he flips this, hopefully he makes more, all right? But based on our numbers, he should make $80,000 net. Obviously, there are hiccups, okay? Sometimes holding costs go higher and higher because the city's not giving you permits. Let's say the market took a little dip, so now the price went a little bit lower, or you just accepted an offer that was firm for a lower price, and you're fine with taking less of a cut, so you could then pay everything back, take your money in the CAC, okay? Now, estimating rental costs. Like I said before, bring a contractor if you don't know. Please do not make offers without knowing renovation costs. Because when you present that same deal to an investor, they're going to ask you, how much do you think is going to cost the rental? If you say you have no clue, then the next question is, so how did you get that price? If you don't know, they're going to laugh at you, take advantage of you. You always want to sound professional. So even if you don't know, please, even if you have to pay a contractor $100 to talk to him to give you rough prices, or the cost-effective way is Google or YouTube that will tell you the average prices in your area. Okay, bring a contractor or Google prices in your neighborhood. Please don't Google prices in a different country or a complete different area, because it'd be completely different, especially now because of Corona, wood and all the materials went up. Okay, you want to look at current local prices. Then speak with an expert. Okay, so it doesn't also have to be a contractor. Real estate agents know, they flip a lot of houses themselves. Some of them are investors. They have investors where they have to kind of assist with that. Then you can simply go into a hardware store. Okay, so some of the employees in hardware stores are ex-contractors. Okay, they're retirees. They just want to work, keep busy, whatever. They will show you for free. They're working. You go in there, you ask them, your local Home Depot, Home Hardware, Rona, all of them, even a Canadian Tire. Okay, ask them, how much do you think it would cost to get a kitchen fixed? Basic. How much could I get a backyard fixed for? Deck and fence, right? Those are the things you want to look and tally it up. So by the time you're ready to make your offer, you can present the homeowner with, hey, listen, as you can see, here, it's going to cost me 100K to flip. Okay, this 100K to rental. this is a business, right? We have to make money. So we have an average profit margin, which is maybe 100K, right? You don't tell them that, but you tell them a lower number, whatever. So you don't let them know you're making too much money, because nobody wants you to make money, okay? No matter, even if it's your mom, dad, brother, sister, people don't want you to make money. They want money for themselves. They want you to tell them about how much more money they're gonna make. Okay, so you let them feel comfortable about getting the property for that price and allowing your investor to make 80, you make 20, you walk away, you just sold a piece of paper. Now, estimating the ARV, back to what we were talking about here, which is 550, 575 on this house. The after repair value, that is what the property is gonna potentially sell for based on data streaming from comps. Comps stand for comparables, okay, so comparables. So you wanna look for houses in your neighborhood, or probably a 20, or probably maybe I'd probably say 5 or 6 kilometer radius, okay? It's just so the information is relative. Try not to push it back 1 year. I recommend 3 to 6 months worth of data, okay? The previous houses that sold in the last 3 or 6 months that are similar. So don't try to compare a bungalow to a 2-story, which is what homeowners do all the time, okay? They're gonna tell you that the house down the street sold for 500,000, I want 475. Well, that house is a 2-story brick. Your house is a bungalow with siding, okay? So those are apples to oranges. You wanna compare apples to apples. So if they got a bungalow, you wanna ask your agent or look yourself for bungalows that sold with the roughly same amount of square footage, bedrooms and bathrooms in the last 3 to 6 months. Depending on the market, if it's hot, okay, you're gonna have way more data. So you can maybe even go in the last month. Like when Corona was happening, every month prices were going up and up and up. So you wanna look at the most recent data. In a cold market, you can go 6 months to a year, right? Because it's cold, right? There's not a lot of houses sold, not a lot of data, okay? So you wanna go back further and further so you can get a nice crop of data, okay? So that's basically it. That's how you start getting money in real estate. These are all the basic terms. We went over how to get started, how much money you need, the skills needed, all the main things you need to know about wholesaling real estate. Now you can get your hands dirty. Okay, so because you guys stayed to the end, like I promised, I am going to give you guys a bonus. Okay, this is a bonus that allowed me to get into my market and start making change and start taking over with the smallest budget compared to all my competitors. Okay, I was broke. Okay, little backstory, I was broke, came out of jail. I was living in the bad neck of the neighborhood. Couldn't get a job, name was on the news, and wholesaling real estate changed my life. Okay, so now to where I am now, having the things I have now and being blessed how I am blessed, real estate has done so much for me. So that's kind of why I want to show and teach you guys how to make money in real estate with wholesaling, with little to no money. All right, so let's go to the second page. This is the bonus, guys. This is the bonus for staying, and I appreciate you guys staying till the end. All right. This is the bonus. Bonus tip. Mind my handwriting. Last page, trying to get it done. Super busy day. Wanted to make this for you guys. Okay, so bonus tip. Make your business unique, please. It doesn't matter what industry you are in. You want to make your business unique, especially in this business. When people hear that you're going to buy their house for cash, they're skeptical, okay? When people hear that you're going to buy their house without an agent and they don't have to pay commissions or agent fees, they're skeptical, okay? That's the traditional way of doing things. Based on Stats Canada stats here in Canada, 95% of houses in 2020 were sold on market, 5% were off market. So that means you got to do something that's going to make you trustworthy, unique, something that stands out and that makes people comfortable with doing business and doing things a different way. Okay, so add a service or product that makes your business different. Okay, that is what I did. All right, so what I did was when I first started wholesaling real estate, I got a cash job from one of my buddies doing moving. So we were doing moving. Okay, so we're doing moving for real estate agents. We're doing moving for new investors. We're doing moving for new homeowners. We're doing movings for new lessees. Okay, so when I got in the wholesale business, I'm thinking, well, my buddy has a moving company. When people sell their house, they're gonna wanna move. Okay, so what did I do? I said, okay, I'm gonna add free moving. Okay, so if I gotta pay $5 or $6, $7, even $1,000 to my buddy to get a move done for that homeowner that's gonna make their life easier, I'm gonna get that 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 wholesale fee. I will do that every day of the week, okay? Even if it's a 5,000 wholesale fee, you gotta pay to play, okay? If they got an offer, same price, but you include moving services, they're obviously gonna choose you, okay? Simply for the fact you made their life easier. What if I told you that I offer now a few services and I have people who offer more, especially in this competitive hot market that we're in right now, and because of my services, they choose me. 2 reasons. First reason is convenience. People are busy, they don't have time. They'll take less money and pay more. Why do people go to convenience stores and pay 3, 4, 5 times, or even gas stations on a late night and pay 3, 4, 5, even 6 times what it really is? Convenience, right? So they will sell lower to you if you offer those convenience things. You can save 10 or make extra $10,000, $20,000, okay, by spending $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on a few services that people need. Okay, not gonna give you all my tips and tricks, but moving is the thing that I started with. If that's something that you know, or you're familiar, or you have somebody, or maybe you can just get a U-Haul and have some of your buddies help you, right? Put some money in your little brother or sister's pockets, whatever. Add something that makes it unique, okay? So what a lot of people do is they do legal fees, right? So they do $1,000, or we'll pay your legal fees. Sell it to us, we'll pay your legals. You may have heard that. That's another thing. It's not as unique because everybody and their mom does that, okay? I don't even do it anymore myself because it's not even unique. People don't even care sometimes, okay? So you want to do something that makes your business or your side hustle unique. Why people are going to choose you over other people. This is going to give you a competitive advantage and allow you to take over the market early and start making money and making deals early. That's what I did, okay? I started adding things to the deal, right? You sell to me, you get this, this, and this. Okay, you go buy something from this guy, he gives you fries and a pop for the same price as the burger. Or you're just gonna go to that guy that's just gonna give you the burger, right? You're gonna go get those extra things. So add the fries and the shake to it. You gotta add the fries and shake to it, all right? You gotta get it saucy and juicy and ready. You have to make them want to do the deal. Sometimes I've had people who are on the fence about even selling, sign that dotted line and sell to me because it was like a no-brainer. And we put it in the contract. That's something else we'll go about in one of our other videos. But we put it in the contract. We'll go over the APS, the agreement of purchase and sale, and assignment agreement. But you put it, buyer agrees to pay for a seller's moving expenses, right? Buyer agrees to pay for seller's legal fees, right? So they have it set in stone there. So it's not a word agreement, which I've done in the past, right? But you put it in there for extra assurance to make them feel extra comfortable about signing the dotted line, and that's all you need. Once you have it signed, okay, you have that paper. As long as you did everything right, the ARV is right, you calculated the rentals right, you got it for a deal, and you're giving it to an investor for a better deal, okay, buddy, you're not going to lose, okay? This is how you can make money right now in real estate with as little as $500, okay? A little as $500. You can start making thousands of dollars today, change your life, change your financial future, change your family's financial future, okay? Leave money for your heirs, okay? Thank you guys for listening. This is Jay the Closer. This is my first video, one of many. Like and subscribe. I'm not going to beg you guys to do that because that's waste when everyone else does that. But if you like what I do, more coming every week. We're dropping every Tuesday. We're shooting. We're dropping hopefully by the weekend. So you guys are going to get juicy stuff, new topics, new content. All right, live and direct. This is what we do. Thank you.